Oh, we are
Yep.
here.
Hello, everybody.
Hello.
How are we?
Pretty good. Just woke up, had a quick coffee, and we're good. Well, I'm good to go.
All right. So basically, guys, what's happening today is Satellite is actually hosting it from his end. So A, he gets to know what my job's a bit like, and B, and B, he's already shocked at how many tabs I have open in an average show. But also B, I've also got all the tabs open on my screen too, so we can just go through and just read them all out and go from there. So it's just more of a test just to see if YouTube is actually going to cuck the channel, or if they're cucking or if it's my actual internet connection, which I think I might have improved last night. We did a stream and it was completely fine. So we'll find out because we're still going to do tomorrow's show. Yeah. So we'll see how it goes. All right. Muller's report. Are you ready to get into the nitty gritty?
Yep. So page 1 is currently on there for people to see.
Yeah. So we're not going to go through. We're not going to read the whole report. It's 448 pages. We're going to leave that for people like Vice News to sit there and do. If you have problems sleeping, watch Vice News read out the Muller report because it's really that boring.
I wish I knew that last night.
yeah. I can't sleep. I'm just going to put Vice News on just to listen to that when I go to sleep. As for this report, there's no real shocks. There's no real surprises in this report that people like you, me, and our audience already would have known. Like everything in this report, we have basically already reported on 6, 12, 18, 2 years ago at some points. Like they're going on. Obviously, the thing about Trump saying that he's FUCKED, that was obviously new. But to be honest, we kind of expected him to have a negative reaction to finding out that there's going to be a witch hunt, which is basically what it was. So yeah, I'm not surprised that he carried on the way he did. If you you literally just gone into power and there's already a special counsel investigation into your Trump campaign because of collusion. Seeing it from his point of view, he's got the special counsel investigation. He's been told that if you get one of these, quote, everyone tells me if you get one of these independent counsels, it ruins your presidency. It takes years and years, and I won't be able to do anything. This is the worst thing that's ever happened. This is on page 290. Now, this is something that I've already spoke about in obviously a previous video that we uploaded earlier today, where people are going on about Trump saying, oh, this is I'm done for. This is the end. Blah blah blah. What he's actually talking about is the fact that at the end of the day is that last paragraph, which mainstream media are not reading out. So it's everyone tells me we get these independent counsels that ruins your presidency. It takes years and years. I won't be able to do anything. That is what he means when he says, I'm done for. I'm FUCKED, whatever language you want to use. That's what he is meaning when he's talking about it. And at the end of the day, I can completely understand that. Like I say, if you find out that you've got it looks realistic. It is very realistic, isn't it? But like I say, when you go through and you hear that you've been investigated for colluding with Russia, especially when you know you haven't done anything, I don't know. I fully understand why he's a bit pissed off and why he flipped the table. I don't know. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, absolutely, dude.
And obviously, look, one of the things that media isn't talking about regarding this report is Russia actually preferred Bernie Sanders to win over Hillary Clinton. So I did find the section and then I refreshed the page and I lost it. But there's somewhere in this report, and I will find it, and I'll probably do another video on it because it's not getting the attention that it deserves. But mainstream media is ignoring the fact that Russia actually preferred Bernie Sanders and then Trump. So this whole Trump colluded with Russia and yada yada yada, for example, they claim that, they always say it's Trump colluding with Russia. The fact is, Russia actually would have preferred Bernie Sanders to win over Hillary anyway. So, yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
that seems to be the case, I think, too. Yeah.
yeah. So the problem is with this report is that the search function does not work very well. Also, they talk about Seth Rich.
Well, that's
And
interesting.
not really, because it's pretty much what we expected. So in this, they talk
Okay.
about the fact that that WikiLeaks has gone through and has put out a reward for Seth Rich. They talked about the fact that that Assange alluded to Seth Rich being the person that hacked the DNC, but their basic finding on the report is that Seth Ridge had nothing to do with hacking the DNC. Now, everybody's going to be like, oh crap, that's bad news. To be honest, guys, even if Seth Ridge was the person that hacked the DNC, I would not expect it in this report. And this is where, and I'm going to paraphrase Luke Woodasky from We Are Change here. At the end of the day, guys, this is a government bureau report. This is establishment report. I was not expecting them to put in this report, yes, Seth Ridge was the hacker that hacked the DNC. Because I don't think it would happen. So I'm not surprised that it's not in there. And I don't really think it means too much because at the end of the day, it's a government report. This is the same government, all the same agencies that said that 17 agencies believe that that Trump hacked that Trump had colluded with Russia. Remember that whole we got all 17 agencies, and some of them ended up being the Coastal Life Guard and shit like that. That it's the same group that claim that those 17 agencies have saw evidence of collusion, and well, we know how that part went. So like I say, I'm not really putting too much stock in them being able to find out if Seth Ridge really was the hacker. Who I still think he did it. I still think he was the person that did it, or at least had something to do with it. Maybe the pedestrian emails or something. But at the end of the day, yeah, I was not expecting them to bring it up or to show it. To be honest, I don't know. What are your thoughts?
Well, that's not very that's not very good. So I would have hoped that maybe there was some kind of realistic investigation into Seth Rich, but if that's the case in the Muller report, then I guess no justice for him.
Yeah, so it says here. So I actually got the search for it's actually working. Thank God. So WikiLeaks statements disassembled about the source of stolen materials. As reports contributed the DNC and DNC hacks to the Russian emerged. WikiLeaks and Assange made several publics. Page 56. Public statements are apparently designed to obscure the source of the material that WikiLeaks was releasing. Now, the file transfer evidence described above and other information uncovered during the investigation discredit WikiLeaks' claims about the source of the material that it posted. Beginning of the summer of 2016, Assange and WikiLeaks made a number of statements about Seth Ridge, a former DNC staffer member who was killed in July 2016. The statement about Rich implies falsely that he had been the source of the stolen DNC emails. On August 9th, 2016, the WikiLeaks Twitter account posted announcement. WikiLeaks has decided to issue a 20,000 USK reward for information leading to the conviction of the murder of DNC staffer Seth Ridge. 180 likewise on August 25th, 2018. 2016, sorry. Assange was asked in an interview, why are you so interested in Seth Ridge's killer? The response, we're very interested in anything that might be a threat to alleged WikiLeaks sources. The interviewer responded to Assange's statement by commenting, I know you don't want to reveal your source, but it certainly sounds like you're suggesting a man who leaked personal information to WikiLeaks was then murdered. Assange responded, if there's someone who potentially connected to our publication that has been murdered in a suspicious. So like I say, I wasn't expecting them to go through and to obviously look. I wasn't expecting them to say anything. I wasn't expecting them to say yes, we know who the killer is. We know who leaked the information. It was Seth Ridge. We're not going to say that because they're trying to pin this whole investigation thing on Russia. Right? They want Russia to be the bad guy. This is deep state trying to salvage something of their shattered dreams of impeaching Trump. Okay, we might be able to get Trump, but we can still make Russia out to be the bad guys that we all want them to be. And at the end of the day, I think that's what this is all about. This is the deep state trying to do a little bit of damage control. Because if it comes out that it was Seth Ridge who was killed, then and he was the leaker, that whole Russia narrative basically falls apart. And like I say, I would not take too much stock or credit into them going through and saying that Seth Ridge was not the killer, which it doesn't. It says falsely imply. Take what you will from that.
Yeah,
That's
it's not going to implicate Clinton's. That they wanted to implicate Russia.
Yeah, they're trying to go after Russia because the Cold War sort of thing. And at the end of the day, that's what this is all about. This is all about the deep state wanting to go after Russia, putting sanctions and whatnot on Putin, all this sort of shit. So, look, this is the only time Seth Ridge is mentioned in this whole 448 pages. I find that troubling. I don't know about you, but I find that very troubling.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
Goodness.
But also at the end of the day too, like let's I don't want to be blackpilling, but let's ask the question: if they're going to cover up, if it was Seth Ridge, and say Seth Ridge was the leaker, right, and they know that by this point, do you think at the end of the day that a investigation into Seth Ridge will actually achieve anything more than what they've already claimed here? Or do you think they're just going to bring up the same stuff?
So. No, yeah, I don't think so. My guess is an investigation would lead to things they don't want to talk about. Things that and look, it would open a can of worms because there's a long history. There's a meme about what people, like a lot of people have fallen.
Shot themselves back in the head twice. Suicide.
Basically, yeah.
There's a pretty big body count around the Clintons. Let's face it. But at the end of the day, as I say, even doing an investigation into Seth Ridge, I don't think it's going to bring back anything than this talking point. Because even if they know that Seth Ridge, say he was the leaker, say they know this, I doubt it is going to change anything. I don't think they're going to go through and with an independent investigation and go, yep, it was Seth Ridge, whoopsie. Because they still need the Russian narrative. And keep in mind that this is also the same government and the same Robert Muller, by the way, who redacted how much of the 9/11 report? that covered for Saudi Arabia and whatnot with the 9/11 terrorist attacks. So yeah, like I say, let's face it, Robert Mueller, he is deep state. He is the establishment. And regardless of what they find, I don't think it will ever be in a report that Seth Ridge was the leaker, even if we think he was. But anyway.
Unfortunately, I'd say that you are spot on.
But anyway, let's jump onto the Attorney General. So it's the second article. So Mueller says Congress could find Trump guilty of obstructing justice and reveals how raging president said, "I'm effed." We've already talked about that.
The Daily Mail one?
Yep.
Okay.
Hell, we've already, well, to be honest, we've already really talked about this because I was more wanting to talk about the effed comment. This is what I mean by when I say that the mainstream media is running with the "I'm effed" comment. They're trying to make it out that, Mueller says Congress could find Trump guilty of obstructing justice and reveals how raging president said, "I'm effed." They're trying to make it out that Trump is making out that he knew that he was done for, that all of his sins were going to come out, so to speak, which is not the case, which is what we've already talked about, to be honest.
Yeah.
So this is an example of mainstream media trying to push a narrative that Trump is still guilty. But here's the thing: like in this, like they don't literally go through. Like this whole report is 448 pages, right? They say that in there. But the only thing they're concentrating on is Trump writing about how he was effed because of this investigation. So.
Oh wow.
Yeah, like yeah. Trump derangement syndrome. But here, when Mueller was appointed, he ranted, "I'm effed. This is the end of my presidency." Okay. Where's the rest of this quote? Where is the thing about him going on about the fact that, quote, "Everyone tells me you get these like I say, they're leaving that last part out to try and make it seem like Trump is guilty. And this is what I mean with this Daily Mail article. This is exactly what I was talking about. So, yeah. Jump onto the next article, which is Mueller report shows probe did not find collusion evidence. Reveals Trump effort to sideline key players. So obviously this is Fox News, so this is still going to be establishment, but let's jump into this. Special Counsel Robert Mueller report was released in Washington Partisan Scrum Thursday, showing investigators did not find evidence of collusion between 2016 Trump campaign and Moscow, as the Attorney Bar declared last month, but outlining an array of controversial incidences involving the president that were examined as part of the investigation of obstruction inquiry. But this is the thing, right? Their idea of obstruction is ridiculous. It really, really is. They listed 10 things that Trump obstructed on, and it's like this whole "I'm effed" comment. They class that as obstruction. Like, that's not obstruction. It's really not.
No, it's getting emotional and thinking, "Holy shit, I can't believe this is happening to me." That's what it is.
Yeah. I know I'm innocent, and at the end of the day, I now have a special counsel that's going to hang over my head for 2 years, or as he says, several years, which, by the way, he was right. This is going to hang over my head for 2 years, and I'm not going to get anything done. This sucks. This is the worst day of my life. It's literally what he said in the article or in the report. And this is, I say, they're not talking about the last part. This is where I go on about Fox News. People go on about Fox News being pro-Trump. Yes, sometimes they are, but don't forget they are part of the establishment. People say, "Oh, yay, Fox News has ratings, and they're beating CNN," which is good, right? It's great, terrific. But don't forget, Fox News is still establishment media. It is still Rupert Murdoch. It's paid opposition per se. So yeah,
Yeah.
like I say, yeah. What you gonna say? Sorry?
No, you're exactly right. It is.
Mm,
um,
yeah,
I find it interesting that they haven't written. Oh my god, I shouldn't give them ideas. Um, I find it interesting that they don't think, oh, because there's redactions, maybe there's actually something incriminating under the redactions. It's like, oh,
yeah.
I
Well,
shouldn't give them ideas though.
this is actually what we're about to jump into. So,
Uh-oh.
on the next article for Daily Caller, Pelosi and Schumer call on special counsel Robert Mueller to testify publicly. They can we put Nancy Pelosi in a hospital and get this Trump derangement syndrome treated?
A lobotomy. That would help.
Oh, no, no, just maybe a straitjacket. But Democrat leader Nancy Pelosi and Chuck Schumer are calling on special counsel Robert Mueller to publicly testify about his probe into collusion with Russia, citing a crisis of confidence. You know what a crisis of confidence is? It's when they get a report that doesn't tell them what they want to hear. That's what the crisis of confidence is all about. Robert Mueller's dropped this report. We don't like the results because it's not going to give me impeachment. And that is what this whole thing is about. It is about them going through and not having their impeachment. And they're cracking the shits over it. The spoilt kids, for example.
You see
Like,
this?
hmm,
Jake, this tweet.
yeah.
Attorney General Barr's regrettably partisan handling of the Mueller report? Like, that's how you're going to start a tweet?
Mm,
Holy
yeah.
crap. That is some seriously dangerous uh, derangement syndrome. My god.
Like, is Barr on Trump's side? Sure. Let's face facts. Barr is part of Trump's appointed campaign, right? And Barr is on Trump's side when it comes to Trump, for example. But this is the thing. Barr did not do the investigation. Robert
Awesome.
Mueller has done the investigation. And Robert Mueller is deep state,
Yeah.
in my opinion, I should say.
Well, yeah. But I think that's correct. But Barr also has been working closely with Mueller with all of this too, as far as I understand. So I mean,
In the
at the end,
redaction parts.
yeah, in the redaction thing. So if there
Yeah.
was anything incriminating about Trump and Barr was like being dishonest and let's redact this, it's like, no, we don't need to redact that.
Yeah. If there was anything that was incriminating in this investigation and Barr was trying to cover it up, Mueller would be on the news. He'd be talking about it. But let's jump on to the next article, which is NBC Chuck Todd. DOJ briefing with lawyer on Mueller report is actually collusion. Oh my freaking god.
Oh god.
The meltdown over media over this is absolutely insane. So Wednesday on MSNBC's MTP Daily, host Chuck Todd commented on reportings from the New York Times that Justice Department officials had numerous conversations with the White House lawyers about the Mueller report. Okay, for a start, you're going off Justice Department officials. This is the same sort of, like we've got secret sources that have told us that Trump colluded with Russia. Really? How did that go? Where are all these sources that they supposedly had all this time saying that they had colluded and all that? Where are all these sources that mainstream media was supposedly getting all this information about? Is anybody else going to ask mainstream media, what the hell were you going on about this whole time? When you were going through and trying to divide the country, and this is what Trump means by when he calls them the enemy of the people, all this time they're going on about Trump colluding and everything like that. Let me ask, where were these sources the whole time? What were they doing? What they literally said, we've seen evidence of collusion. Okay. But because apparently $30 million, 2.5 years of a special investigation, couldn't find any. So, what information do you have that Muller wasn't able to find? And after all that, or did you just lie? Which is what I think they've actually just done. I think at the end of the day, they got a report on, they got told some stuff from some Democrat hopefuls or whatever it may be, and they've had to back it up by turning around saying, secret sources have told us. Okay, who's your secret source? Oh, well, we don't want to say, privacy. And look, I'm all for not giving up sources. But at the end of the day, they've made some pretty bold claims. Wouldn't you agree?
They sure have, yeah.
Mm.
You know what's actually interesting?
Mm.
Apparently page 260 is the one that has all the context about the president writing that memo.
260 or 290, I think.
Oh, 260. Yeah, I'm not seeing it on 260, I don't think.
Check 290.
Yeah, let's check 290.
I think it depends on which report you read. So we're actually looking at the 448-page report. So, yeah, I'm pretty sure it's 290.
Oh, there it is. Oh my god. This is terrible. This is the end of my presidency. I'm effed.
Yeah.
The president became angry and lambasted the attorney general for his decision to recuse from the investigation. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, these are internal.
But then
Oh,
keep reading further. That's when he says,
how could General recuse from the investigation, stating, "How could you let this happen, Jeff? The president said the position of Attorney General was his most important appointment and that Sessions had let him down, contrasting him to Eric Holder and Robert Kennedy. Sessions recalled that the president said to him, 'You were supposed to protect me,' or words to that effect. The president returned to the consequences of the appointment and said, 'Everyone tells me if you get one of these independent counsels, it ruins your presidency. It takes years and years, and I won't be able to do anything. This is the worst thing that ever happened to me.'"
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
that's a good trip. Yeah, it's actually on 290. So that's what I say. At the end of the day, what he's talking about when he says I'm effed is the fact that he's got this investigation hanging over him for 2.5 years, or 2 years, or several years, I think he says. And he was right. He was exactly right to say that.
And it's exactly what happened.
Yeah.
Trump has been buggered around quite a bit for the first 2 years of his presidency.
Yeah. There's been stuff that he wanted to do that I reckon that they pulled the whole "you're under investigation" from Mueller, play along, or we will find something, and if we can't find it, we'll make it up.
Yeah, exactly.
Like
Although
he literally said, "I want to pull out of Syria," and then the the industrial complex said, "No, we're not." Like
that's crazy.
So, yeah. If you want to jump to the Breitbart article, which is CNN corporate media meltdown over Barr's presser.
Oh well, this one's already zoomed, just naturally. That's nice. Breitbart knows how to put a story on a screen.
So, this is basically having a laugh at the mainstream media and their meltdown over this whole presser. So CNN and other establishment media meltdown in response to Attorney General about Muller's report on Thursday, with commenters questioning Barr's loyalty and accusing him of protecting the president. During the press conference Thursday, Barr repeated the conclusions contained in his letter to Congress last month, reiterating that despite attempts from Russian nationals to influence the 2016 election, nobody from Trump's presidency 2016 campaign engaged in collusion. So, yeah, but this story is obviously just laughing at. And if you scroll down, you see Jim Acosta. He wrote, Barr clearly laying out sympathetic presentation. Jim Scotto was saying, please throw, this is clearly misleading DOJ guidance. It's just them having an absolute meltdown over the whole.
Oh,
Yeah, just keep scrolling down the article and you just see all the tweets. Jennifer Rubin, interfering with an investigation because you're frustrated is the very definition of corrupt motives. So now they're trying to claim that it was corrupt motives and not corruption itself. It's literally Trump derangement syndrome on full display. Yeah.
And then you've got quite a bit more here. Yeah, Bakari, Sellers. Interesting. They're all verified blue check marks.
Yeah, it's all left-wing media. Left-wing media having an absolute freaking meltdown over it. So, next article is Breitbart also, which reports reporters whine to AIG Barr. Where's Robert Muller? Where's Robert Muller? Quote, this is his report. So Attorney General William Barr on Thursday corrected a reporter's assertion that Special Counsel Robert Mueller's report was his, reminding him that Mueller authorized the report on behalf of the Justice Department. So, it's literally them saying, where's Robert Mueller? Where's this report? Yeah, this is his report. This is Robert Mueller's report. This is what you guys were literally chopping at the bit for weeks, because it was going to somehow implicate Trump and now Barr, I suppose. And then when that didn't work, now they're having a frigging meltdown over it. It's just this whole thing regarding this report. It's been a sideshow. It's been a circus. This is why Breitbart put up the photo originally a couple articles ago about the clowns. They literally are acting like a bunch of clowns. It's Trump derangement syndrome.
I thought it was pretty funny. He put on a clown costume. That was pretty good.
Yeah, yeah, it was actually.
Yeah, that was hilarious.
So next one, Daily Caller was AG Barr. Bottom line from Mueller report: there is no collusion, which is obviously everything that we've known. Yeah. Walters, next article from Barr. Walters, Barr is basically a lackey and a. Oh, God. Walters, Barr is basically a lackey and a sycophant, sorry, for the president. When your report comes back saying that he hasn't done anything wrong, let's just go after the guy now who gave us the report in the first place, right? Jesus freaking Christ.
I think they're just gonna start really losing their mind. Also how they're losing all their ratings on top of this. It's like they just have nothing left. They're just gonna go, fine, let's just burn the ship to the ground.
Yeah, the ship's burning already. Let's just pour more gasoline on the fire, and hopefully we can get up the mushroom cloud or something.
Yeah, nobody gets to hop on a life craft. We're all going down with the ship.
Next one from Breitbart was Rob Reiner. Trump will use the Mueller report to drive a stake through the heart of the democracy. Like, more freaking Trump derangement syndrome.
That is these statements. So this is not Breitbart, right? Breitbart is not the one claiming these.
No,
Yeah,
no,
yeah,
no. Breitbart's just saying what other people have said.
yeah.
But like, it's going to drive a stake through the heart of democracy. What are they saying now? That that Trump is a vampire and he's going to suck the life out of. Like, the words they are using are so divisive for a bunch
Actually,
of people that don't have anything.
actually, I would actually put it that if you're driving the stake through the heart of democracy, then they're basically saying that Trump is like Buffy, the vampire slayer, and that democracy is the vampire, right?
Maybe, but I don't
Maybe.
think they're trying to say that Trump is a good person.
No, no, no. Uh,
Hmm.
yeah.
Hmm. Especially coming from a blue check mark. I presume what he's meaning here is that the democracy is now undead because of Trump or something. I don't know. Like I say, these statements coming from these guys are so frigging divisive. They're so frigging. It's Trump derangement syndrome at a level I've never seen before. And like, they were banking on this report. They were literally for weeks going on about how this report was going to prove them right and that Trump colluded and all this sort of stuff, right? No, it hasn't. It hasn't at all. In fact, this report is basically showing you that the Russia collusion is a joke. The only collusion that actually happened was actually with Israel. I don't know if we want to talk about that. Um, but yeah, there was actually a vote. Let me see if I can actually do a search for it.
Alright, yeah, while you search for that, I'll just read this other tweet that he did. Autocracy 101. Continually lie and tell you not to believe what you see with your own eyes. Trump, with the protection of cult GOP, Fox and AG Barr, is in full gaslight mode. We've seen collusion and obstruction in plain sight. Reality is reality. Truth is truth. Trust your eyes. Facepalm. Anyway,
So,
that's insane. Alright.
okay, so on page 175, United
Okay.
Nations vote on Israeli settlements.
I've got okay. I am on page 175.
Right. So, on this, United Nations vote on Israeli settlements on December the 21st, 2016. Egyptians submitted a resolution to the United Nations Security Council calling on Israel to cease settlement and activities in Palestinian territory. The Security Council, which included Russia, was scheduled to vote on the resolution the following day. There was speculation in the media the Obama administration would not oppose the resolution. As discussed further in Volume 1, Section blah, 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 Flynn pleaded guilty to making false statements to the FBI. I'm just trying to find. So, according to Flynn, the transition team regarded the vote as a significant issue and wanted to support Israel by opposing the resolution.
Huh.
That's that's their whole. That's the only collusion that really happened. And to be honest, it wasn't even. So, according to Flynn, sorry, I'm on page 176 of this. According to Flynn, he informed Kayak about the vote. The transition team opposed the resolution and requested that Russia vote against or delay the resolution. So basically, and what this happened is the reason why this is frowned upon or wrong or why what's his name? Um this was Flynn. The reason why Flynn got done for this was because the transition team hadn't actually gone into the White House at this point. They
Uh,
they had won the election. The election was done. They were moving into the White House, and they were talking to Israel, Russia, and whatnot about this resolution regarding Palestine and Israel. Like that is what they got Flynn on, was the fact that they talked about this resolution before he took office. That's it. That's the golden goose that got Flynn. Like, really? That's all you got? That was it? That was no. This is nothing. This is a nothing burger, and this is what Like, I'm this whole report. It is 448 pages of words that are pretty meaningless, to be honest. There's nothing in this report that is surprising at all. Do we know that Trump campaign prefers Israel over Palestine? Gee, I wonder. It's not like he moved the frigging Israeli embassy to the
Jerusalem.
capital, Jerusalem. Yeah. Like, who would have thought? Trump presumes Israel over Palestine. Wow, big shock.
Yeah. He's a
Like,
hardcore. There are people out there who call him a hardcore Zionist, which,
yeah,
to be honest, I think that's pretty right. You
yeah,
know. But
yeah, and
I don't know. It's like we all say, like, well, that's better than a lot of alternatives out there right now.
yeah. If you give me a choice between Palestine or Israel, no, I'm going to pick Israel. Like, no offense. Yeah, if I have to choose between eating a rotten apple and a rotten banana, I'm going to take the rotten apple.
Ew.
But yeah,
They
at
both
least
rotten.
it's not going to. Yeah, well, that's sort of the point I was making. But anyway, but
Yeah.
philosopher Riz. So that's obviously where we're up to. Riz drive the stake through the heart of democracy. Okay. So the next one is the Breitbart also report philosophy professor arrested. Actually,
Oh, there it is. Got it.
yeah, let's leave that for a bit, because that actually is more to do with the burning of the of
Right.
churches over in Europe. So if you go to the next one after that, AG William Barr, Trump never asserted executive privilege. Mueller report redacts only parts required by law. So, once again, no obstruction of justice, really. Like,
Pretty much. Yeah.
yeah. Like, the obstruction that they actually cover in this report
Mm.
is fiddly shit. Stuff that you wouldn't even. It is like him going on about being done for. That's what they're calling obstruction. Is that obstruction to me? No. To me, obstruction is Trump turning around and saying to Barr, for example, or his attorney general, turning around saying, I want this investigation squashed. I want this investigation canned. And now that I think back, there was a big push among the conservatives to get Trump to squash the investigation, to pull the pin on it.
Mm.
I think Trump actually did the right thing in not doing it, which is what I said at the time. I said, don't do it either.
Yeah.
Because I think if he had done that, this report would have said definite interference. And I do wonder now, who were all the conservatives that were pushing for Trump to interfere in this election, in this investigation? Because
Hmm.
it really does make me wonder. Like,
Yeah.
was it part of the deep state corrupting the conservatives, trying to get Trump to do something so that they could have something on him?
Interesting. Yeah. Like entrapment, basically.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
We know we haven't got anything on him. We go through, we get the conservatives fired up enough. Maybe we can get them to go through and to push Trump to interfere in this investigation, and then we've got him. Done. We can get rid of him. Does make me wonder who was leading that charge now and what roles they have. But
Makes a lot of sense. Yeah.
mm-hmm. Let's go on to the next one. Don't worry, guys. Trump derangement syndrome is not over just yet. Mueller report reveals Russia backed Bernie Sanders. Oh, that's got to burn. Feel that burn, Bernie.
Is this the
Will,
one on big league politics?
yes.
Uh-oh. Um, their website is blocking the ability for Brave to load it because it's probably canned a bunch of stuff.
Okay.
33
I
total
can.
blocked items on this one.
Oh, okay. I
Yeah,
can read it out. Yeah, I can read it
yeah.
out. So you guys won't be able to see it on the screen. I will put a link in. Yeah, there's a link in chat for the actual article itself. But on page 23 of the Special Counsel Robert Mueller's long-awaited report, so I was going to say, if you want to bring up page 23, maybe, to Russia collusion during the 2016 election, it reveals that the Russian company responsible for attempting to collude with the Trump campaign had also supported Bernie Sanders for president. In the report, it quotes a message seeming to come from the Russian based internet research company, IRA, which said, main idea, use opportunity to criticize Hillary Clinton and the rest except Sanders and Trump. We support them. So, yeah.
Hmm.
Um,
Do you want to read anything from page 23 about it?
okay, so we're up to the by February 2016, the internal IRA documents referred to the support of Trump campaign and opposed candidate Clinton. I think it might be down towards the more bottom of the page.
Uh, the growth of organization also led to more detailed organizational structure. There's a lot here about ongoing though into all of
Yeah,
this part of it. Oof.
yeah.
Uh,
Um, for example, then it says harm or harm to ongoing investigation,
yeah.
ongoing matter. Directions to IRA. Main idea: use opportunity to criticize Hillary Clinton and the rest, except Sanders and Trump. We support them. I think it's down towards the bottom. No. Okay, so let me actually find this for you. Um, so we want Sanders. So it's on page. It's actually on page. Um, uh, so um, Yeah, let me go through. Okay, yeah. Did you find it? No.
No, I haven't found it. I don't think. But
Let
I
me
mean, if we can't
find.
find it, we yeah.
That's right. By February 2016, it's probably easier thing to search by. Right. Um.
So yeah, man, there is a holy crap. There's a whole page that's just nothing but redacted.
Yeah.
Bloody
Yeah.
hell. I can see why some people get super annoyed about certain things. You could do like
Yeah.
a Freedom of Information Act, a FOIA request, and then you just get this. It's like, okay, I still didn't get what I needed, guys. Uh, anyway,
I'm trying to find that except Sanders and Trump line. So, because we should bring it up on the screen so people know what we're actually talking about.
yeah, wow.
So here it is here. EXCEPT
Page
Sanders.
60. Page
Let's say
67 has something that posted pro-Sanders and anti-Clinton material. Oh, other individualized accounts including at Missouri News US, an account with 1,300 followers that posted that. Oh, okay. That's 15 pages of stuff about Sanders or something.
yeah.
Hmm.
The problem is the search feature in this thing is not that good.
No, I can see that. It's terrible.
Uh,
Want me to
you've
read a
got to
story
put.
while you do this?
I think I might have found it actually.
Ah, okay.
Um, uh, yeah, no,
Oh,
I'll have to have a look for it later, guys, and I'll make a separate video on it because no one is really talking about this right now.
fair enough.
Um, but yeah, it's I did see it. It is buried somewhere in this report. Um, what did they say? It was on page uh on page 23, they reckon. Let's just double quickly check that. Um,
Instagram accounts had hundreds of thousands of US participants. IRA controlled Twitter accounts separately had tens of thousands of followers, including multiple US political figures who retweeted IRA created content. Goodness me. November
yeah,
2017 of.
but that doesn't
Hmm?
really mean much, to be honest.
No, it's just Twitter accounts, yeah.
Yeah. And at the
In,
end of the day, you don't really know where the source originated from half the time.
yeah,
Um,
true, true.
like shit, I probably
Oh.
tweeted something that was from them.
Yeah,
Yeah, look, like I say, I'll go through and I'll find it in the actual thing, and I'll make it a separate video.
sure.
Because no one is really talking about the fact that Bernie was also preferred rather than just Trump. Um,
So
uh,
after William Barr, you have.
yeah. Bette Midler. Bette Midler claims conspiracy. Redacted Mueller report going to be a big fat nothing. She's right. It is a big fat nothing.
Yeah, I think she got it right.
Mm.
Gee, not every actress in Hollywood is insane.
Wow. No.
Maybe just a little bit insane.
Hmm.
Uh,
The media, she wrote, the media should be ashamed of themselves for flogging this crap from Barr and the White House. It's going to be big fat nothing. Deceit, evasion, and dissemination. The same old thing that we've had for the last 2 years. We paid for this report. Show us the unredacted report. And that's
oh
what they're
wait,
going to do.
that is
She's still
insanity.
deranged. Yeah,
That's still
she's
a
still
bit deranged.
suffering.
Yeah.
Yeah. And at the end of the day, that's what they're going to claim. They're going to go through and claim that that this report, it's not the full report.
Well,
That's going to be their argument.
they can't release it unredacted because there's, as you know, ongoing things.
Yeah, which I tend to have a bit of a problem with in some situations. But look, at the end of the day, look, I get the fact that they've got to go through and they've got to keep some things up their sleeves because they are doing an investigation into stuff. I get that.
Yeah,
But
that's fair enough. I think that's fine. Yeah.
hmm,
All media should shun the fake press conference run by the president's GOAT Attorney General William Barr. Barr and Trump have no doubt colluded on what can and will be redacted. Muller's team has declined to appear with these frauds. Whatever.
hmm.
God. Oh man, what she said right at the top on that title, yeah, that didn't sound so bad. And then okay, now the insanity came out.
Yeah.
Never scroll down. That's the thing. Just don't scroll down. There's hope until you do.
So I'm trying to bring up this. Yeah, so the search function doesn't freaking work very well in this report. It's very frustrating. Sometimes I wonder if it's deliberate, but what they've done, guys, printed out the report. They've redacted the parts that they want, and then they've rescanned it all in. Like, it's frustrating. It really is. But anyway, in chat, Bette Midler never worked again in Hollywood. Lol. Buzz spelled it out for them that they can't send it out unredacted because they have to protect people and sources. Which is true. It's very true. But anyway, Jerry Nadler to subpoena full Mueller report and underlying material. So, House Judiciary Committee Chairman, this is the next article, by the way. Chairman Representative Jerry Nadler, who's a Democrat, by the way, announced Thursday he will issue a subpoena for the full special counsel Robert Mueller's full report and its underlying materials. More Trump derangement syndrome.
Yeah.
Yeah. But don't worry, guys. We're on the very last article regarding this Mueller report, and then I am done with this thing, except for that Bernie Sanders video. I'll upload that today. Last thing is go for you. I don't know how to pronounce that. The
Guilfoyle.
Guilfoyle. Yeah. The Mueller report. The Mueller report is out, and it's clear Democrats abused their power. That's going to hurt. Now the Attorney General Barr has released the Mueller report, the great, huge, and cry from the Democrats. The gripe that the Attorney General redacted the material gathered by the special counsel's grand jury. Of course, the Attorney General is following the law, by the way. Grand jury proceedings, including all evidence and testimony presented before them, are secret and for good reasons. So this is obviously getting into what we were just talking about, why they don't release the full unredacted version. By demanding the release of the grand jury material, Democrats are asking the Attorney General to violate the law, and they are doing violence in an important bulwark to protect Americans from abuse by all-powerful government. Democrats used to care about civil liberties, but in their mind, a blind pursuit of power and political advantage over Trump, they have learned nothing and forgot everything. This is kind of a damning report. That this report on the report is quite illuminating. And this is my question, right? Is at the end of the day, okay, now that we've got this report, can we please focus on who started this investigation into Trump? That's what I want to know, okay? As far as I know, this Trump collusion thing is dead. Okay? Trump collusion. Okay, we've got the defibrillator out. We're going clear, and we're giving it a job. It's dead. It's just bury the report, okay? Throw it in a coffin, have a ceremony, get rid of the thing, move on. Okay? It's done.
Yeah.
All right? If you really want me, just ram a stake through this report a few times just to make sure that it doesn't come back from the dead, right? It's done for. There's nothing in this that could even make you seem like Trump has done anything wrong, okay? Forget it, Democrats. It's over. Your whole history, your whole going on about Trump, Russia, whatever it may be, done for. Now, can we please focus on how this investigation started, who started it, whether Obama and his DOJ and the FBI acted inappropriately in investigating Trump? Because from everything I can read from this report, well, the unredacted parts, it seems like they were basing this whole investigation on the Steele dossier. And the Steele dossier is, rest in peace, yeah, pretty much. The Steele dossier is opposition research. You spent $30 million and 2.5 years, or whatever it may be, with opposition research. You got FISA warrants. Your Trump Tower was tapped. You listened into his phone calls and everything like this regarding Trump and everything like that, right? Full surveillance, deep state. So can we now please focus on who the hell started this investigation? Because to me, that is the question that the media is not wanting to ask. Who gave us the information? Why did we investigate this? It's seeming like it is a nothing burger. And should we be investigating that? Because to me, that leads to Obama. And that's my question regarding this. As Tripp says, yes. Focus on who started the report, which, by the way, was still Christopher Steele, with his Steele dossier, paid for in part by the Democratic Party, and was using Russian propaganda to try and to subvert society. Okay, fine. That Russia put out subverting information. Imagine my shock. But let's look at the government, the Democrats, who went through and not only believed there's opposition research and there's information to suggest that they knew it was opposition research. They knew the Clintons had part in founded it. Okay, so can we look at that? Because that's what I want to know. I want to know, did Hillary Clinton and the Clinton Foundation, and when the FBI went for FISA warrants and everything like that, did they know that this is Russia or Clinton Foundation and the Democratic Party and the DNC all working to put out fake information so that they can get Trump thrown out of presidency? That's the thing that bothers me the most. And I think that's the big question the mainstream media is trying to avoid. Because, holy shit, this is going to lead back to Obama, Hillary, Clinton Foundation, Christopher Steele, you know. And also, while we're at it, let's look at Uranium One. You've had your investigation for investigation for 2.5 years. Our turn, baby. Let's look at Uranium One. Clinton
Oh mate,
payoffs.
mate, they go into Uranium One, and that's it. Like they're oh my god, I
She's
think
done
that
for.
web, dude. Yeah, she's done for, and that web, holy moly, the amount of people that would fall with that one. You
They
think?
never thought Hillary would lose. It was their insurance policy. Yeah, and we literally have them saying that in text messages. We need an insurance policy. And then all of a sudden, they go through and they have a special investigation into Trump and collusion in Russia. It's like it was an insurance policy. Oh my freaking God, who's shocked? Like, that, yeah. Welcome to one of the heads. Well, no, that's right. That's right. Yeah. But like I was going to say, at the end of the day, welcome to one of the heads of the Hydra. Welcome to the deep state. We need an insurance policy in case Hillary Clinton loses. And then all of a sudden, lo and behold, they go through and they have a special investigation into Trump and Russia collusion. And after $30 million of your taxpayers' money and 2.5 years of a witch hunt, they come up with absolutely nothing. Hey, Eric, how are you, buddy? I'm going on a bit of a rant right now because of this investigation.
Yeah.
I think I'm allowed to. I think we're all frustrated with this thing. I think we're all frustrated with this report.
Yeah, absolutely. That I've
Mm.
been watching this for a couple of years, and it's just been like, mate, this is collusion delusion. I mean, the memes that's been flying
Yeah,
around, the Trump derangement syndrome. I think this is a really nice breath of fresh air and
mm.
redemption for everybody who's just been telling them you're all insane. Stop.
Yeah. For 2.5 years, we've covered this shit.
Yeah.
You go through my channel for the past 2.5 years. A lot of it is about this Trump-Russia collusion, and the whole time we've been saying there is nothing to this collusion that we've seen.
Hmm.
What is scary and what people should be asking is how some guy who uses a effing red panda as his avatar and some other guy that uses the Netscape Navigator logo seem to have a better idea about this Russia collusion being a scam than multi-million dollar CNN, MSNBC, massive corporations. Two guys in their houses had a better job deciphering this stuff. I almost swore. Deciphering this stuff than freaking mainstream media. Like, oh, I remember one of my subs said to me one day that I do a better job of reporting the news than mainstream media. And I'm not using this to inflate my ego or anything like that, so don't take it that way, guys. But he's right. The YouTubers, We Are Change, Field of Franco to a certain point. Like these guys, me, all the YouTubers that do this sort of stuff, we do a better job. Except Rachel Maddow. Wow. She had a breakdown on TV because of it. She was crying. She knew what was coming. They all have. And CNN's ratings are in the gutter.
Yep.
So,
They are. Actually, I saw a YouTube video just the other day. That apparently YouTubers are getting more ratings than CNN and MSNBC combined at this point. And I was
yeah.
just like, oh my god, are you serious?
Yeah. Because
Yeah.
we don't have an agenda. There is no major corporations backing this YouTube channel. I can tell you guys now for a start. The only funding that this YouTube channel gets is ad revenue from the occasional ad that we may get. By the way, I was surprised that the earlier video today was actually monetized. And the occasional super chats that we get, and I appreciate from you guys. That's it. There is no major corporation backing. There's no corporation backing this video. There's no corporation backing this YouTube channel. I've never had a sponsor. And yet some guy who uses a red panda as his avatar and someone using a Netscape Navigator logo seemingly does a better job. That's why YouTube's pushing mainstream media news at the top of search results and burying you guys. Yeah, exactly. Because at the end of the day, we are doing a better job. Because they've lost... People don't trust mainstream media anymore. And it's not... I should say people like CNN anyway. People seem to still trust Fox, which is a mistake. You're giving up one to trust the other. But anyway, we should probably jump on. Eric, hey, I don't remind you of rants at all. They still remind me of the rant that a video about a white van massacre in Canada. Yeah, that got me pretty fired up too, actually, I must admit. But anyway, you've been a member for a while, Eric. You've been on here for quite a while, haven't you? That massacre was, what, 12 months ago? 6 months ago? Greetings from Southeast Mississippi. Hello, Lee. How are you? How's Mississippi? All right. Let's jump into Facebook, because Facebook has banned the UK far right, and I'm using quotes in the title for a reason, far right groups and leaders.
That's the one there. Okay, got it.
Yeah, BBC. So obviously keep in mind, guys, BBC, military industrial complex. Facebook has imposed a ban on dozens of far right individuals and organizations, saying that it spreads hate. The ban includes the British National Party. I don't know if the British National Party is that far right, are they? I'm not familiar with them. I'd have to check it out. The English Defence League and the National Front. It also the list also includes Britain First, which was already banned, but this latest action will prohibit sport for on any of the US firms' services. So you're not even allowed to support them now? Is
Apparently.
that the... Yeah. Like... Yeah. Hey, Squirrel. Hey, Amy. How are you, hun? I think she's talking to me. It's a red panda, guys, not a squirrel. You like our new the new temporarily image of the panda for the day? We thought we'd put that one up there because the Muller report was going to be released, and I picked that one. I can't really chat because I'm driving, but listening. No race. Oh, yep, no race. Yep, Squirrel's still here. Yes, don't text and drive, Squirrel. But yeah, as it's been taken action because those involved had proclaimed a violence or hateful mission, which is what exactly? What exactly is a hateful or violent? Like, violence I can get, violence I can understand, but a hateful mission, what? Is that speaking out against Islam? Like, what exactly is a hateful mission?
I don't know. Is it when you manifest hate speech into action? I don't know.
Manifest observable behavior.
Good one.
Only temporary, Amy. Today we're running the actual video stream off satellite's connection. So yeah, we're basically going through and just seeing. It's been pretty flawless at the moment, so it looks like it might be my connection. That said, I did play around with my internet settings or my network settings yesterday, and I think I fixed it as well. So we'll find out tomorrow. Day of test. We'll find out. We're all down in liquid sunshine here. Nasty storms all around. Stay safe, Leah. All right. I heard there's a hurricane, cyclone, tornado warning for the for some of those sort of areas. So stay safe, hun. Lee, love your channel, Red Panda. Thanks, guys. I love you guys too. You guys make my day. Amy, anything in the mainstream disagrees with anything in the mainstream? Yeah. Squirrel says, "Hey, Squirrel, how are you, buddy? Don't talk, Squirrel. You're driving, all right? But yeah. So Amy is saying is that she's saying that the spreading hate is anything the mainstream media disagrees with, which I would say hateful mission would be that, yeah. Individuals or organizations who spread hate or attack or call for the exclusion of others on the basis of who they are have no place on Facebook, the social network added in a statement. Unreal Engine face rig. That could be interesting. That could be really interesting, actually. Maybe I could use the new Subverse game as an avatar. So look, at the end of the day, look, obviously this is just obviously Facebook clamping down on these groups. They're trying to stop the rise of populism. Look, whether you like these groups or not, I think they have a right to say their piece. I think everybody does. Next article from The Independent. Facebook has banned some of the UK's most high-profiling far-right groups from its social network. Britain First, English Defence League, the British National Party, and more will be blocked from posting on the site. Supporting the groups is now against the site's community guidelines, meaning users who post about them could be banned too. So does that mean they're going to ban me because I'm talking about it? Like, this is a very slippery slope. Like, yeah. Facebook said the decision was taken because it bans users who proclaim a violent or hateful mission or engaging in acts or hateful violence. Individuals or organizations who spread hate or attack others, call for the exclusion of others on a basis of who they are, have no place on Facebook under our dangerous individuals or organizations policy. Welcome to 1984.
Yep.
That's all I got to say about this.
I think one of the things to take from that is that 1984, the book was a warning, not an instruction manual.
Well, the leftists they treat it like an instruction manual, and Amy actually has a really good point in chat. Antifa seems to get a pass. Why is Facebook not banning Antifa? We've literally got Antifa professors smashing people over the head with bike locks in socks. Why is Antifa not banned? I'm so sick of talking about group. Can we say events and can't mention on many channels, which is why me saying mosque got me comment deleted. Although, funny enough, it let you say it there. But I was talking about spiders for, yeah, exactly. Like something that you were completely not even relating to. You're talking about a freaking spider. And your comment was deleted. That's insane. I think at the end of the day, I think Amy was saying at this time that it was her house was the mosque of spiders or something like that. That's all she said, and they censored the comment because mosque, sort of.
Yeah, they probably thought she was doing some kind of dog whistle.
Yeah, she was. She was teasing Trip about spiders. That's basically what it was. She was teasing Trip and me about being arachnophobic.
Well, I can understand arachnophobia because I don't know. I freak out a little bit when a spider starts walking on my arm randomly.
Yeah. Well, I think at the time we were actually talking about an article where a girl crashed her car into a wall because there was a spider in the car. Like, I don't know if I would have crashed it into the wall, but I definitely would have pulled over, jumped out, and done the whole dance.
Oh man, I was driving down the street once, and a freaking wasp flew in through the driver's side window and got caught up in the wind, and it just bounced between me and the dashboard, and then it kind of like got its bearings and then just like escaped out through the passenger side window. Immediately after that, I was like, all right, I'm never driving with my
Winding the
windows down
window up.
ever again. Yeah.
Yeah, I was driving behind a truck that was transporting a beehive, and
Oh god.
I had the window down, and I didn't realize it was like 2 or 3 cars up, and and I was driving along, and there was bees that were flying in through the windows and stuff like that. And as
Mm.
it turned around the corner, I saw it transporting the hive, and I was like, oh, okay. So I wound my window up and I sort of shooed them out because I don't want to kill bees because they're pretty cool. They're good for the environment too. And then when they all got out, I then went out the passenger window and yeah, kept driving. Um, but like I say, yeah, it's funny too because I've been driving once. I work nights, as you all know,
Mm.
and I was driving to work one night, and there was a huge huntsman, and you know how big our huntsmans get, and it was literally on the outside of the window, and we're going to probably lose trip about here for about 2 minutes. But there was a huge huntsman on the outside of the window, and I was just like, I am so glad there is glass between me and him because I'd be freaking out right now. But yeah, we should probably jump
Yeah.
off this topic before Trip goes nuts and threatens to leave again. But
All
anyway,
right.
let's talk about. I hate spiders. I had said the spiders were. Okay, yeah, but they didn't actually censor you, man. They censored Amy. So yeah,
Yeah. I let
yeah.
something show on the screen for like 1 second, and I think Trip is gonna be like, "Wah!"
I think we're all going to be like that. It's still up there.
No, that's the executioner wasp.
Oh, that. Oh, yeah. You might want to.
Yeah,
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 might want to
that's an
get that off screen
executioner.
because
Yeah.
he's about to freak out.
No, he'll freak out now.
All right, make it nice and big for him, I suppose.
I did.
All right, let's talk about something else. So Naresh Jareen Afini, the next article, burnt to death for reporting sexual harassment.
Yeah,
uh,
okay. That's a
this is
horrible thing to happen to someone.
she was actually quite pretty too. You look at the face on her; she was actually quite amazingly hot. Um, She was. Now she's a pile of ash. But what I was going to say was, you got me in trouble. But what I was going to say was, at the end of the day, yeah, interesting article. We'll have to fly close to the sun on this one, but let's try and
Holy crap! They used kerosene. Oh my god.
yeah. So was doused with kerosene and set on fire in her school in Bangladesh. Less than 2 weeks earlier, she had filed a sexual harassment complaint against her headmaster. Her courage in speaking out against sexual assault, her death 5 days after being set alight, and everything that had happened in between has gripped Bangladesh and brought attention to the vulnerability of sexual harassment victims in the conservative South Asian country. Naresh, who was 19 from Feni, a small town 100 miles south of Dhaka, was studying at studying a madras or Islamic school. Sorry?
Oh, madrasa. I think it's madrasa.
Yeah.
Madrasa.
Madrasa. Yeah. Or Islamic
Um,
school. On the
yeah.
27th of March, she said the headmaster called her into the office and repeatedly touched her in an appropriate manner. Before things could go any further, she ran out. Many girls and young women in Bangladesh choose to keep their experiences of sexual harassment or abuse secret for fears of being shamed by society or their families. What Najas Juris different is that she didn't just speak out, she went to the police with the help of her family on the day of the alleged abuse happened. At the local police station, she gave a statement she should have been provided with a safe environment to recall her traumatic experience. Instead, she was filmed by the officer in charge on his phone so she could describe the ordeal. In the video, Naresh is visibly distressed and tries to hide her face with her hands. The policeman is heard calling the complaint no big deal and telling her to move her hands away from the face. The video was leaked later to local media. Um,
Oh boy.
yeah,
Um, not really sure where to go with this one. Uh, I think. See, this is the thing. It's it was going to be the word because there was no evidence other. It's just there was no evidence, so it was going to be the
Mm.
word of a 19-year-old girl versus an official at a school.
Yeah.
Um, oh my goodness me, it's horrible. I mean, but maybe she shouldn't let it
You're
go.
not going to try and justify her being banned to death, are you?
No, 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 no. I'm saying she should have let it go. I think it would might have been the at least the pragmatic thing to do until she what she could have done was to try to go to other victims instead and try to find other people and try to build up a pressure of a lot of people to do like the Me Too of Bangladesh.
Yeah,
And
well, I don't think that would have made much of a difference because I think they would have just burnt them all to death. Like at the end of the day, look, obviously, I get what you're saying.
well,
It's her word versus their word, right? And obviously, he's an official and she's just a 19-year-old girl. Sure, but at the end of the day, the fact is that I think that the officers obviously didn't approach this in a very good manner, calling it no big deal. Look, yes, it's just allegations, okay? And at the end of the day, obviously, you have to prove allegations or whatnot because otherwise, it's just that. I fully get that, right? Obviously, go through, have prove the allegations, etc. But at the end of the day, what they could have done was put her in a different school or investigated this and found out if there were other girls that have had similar experiences.
mm,
Um, I don't think burning a 19-year-old beautiful girl to death was the right course of action for when it
absolutely
comes
not.
to. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah,
Absolutely not. It's not. Absolutely not.
no, yeah,
This
yeah.
is a horrible thing that's happened.
Mm,
It's kind of hard to say things without someone thinking you're justifying it. So I absolutely am not doing that.
yeah.
I was kind of thinking that instead of going straight to the police, she might have been able to, yeah, like rally up something. Because, like, I actually disagree. I don't think they could have just tied like 8, 10, 15 girls to a pole and burned them all alive. Because imagine,
Well,
geez,
it
imagine
is Islamic
international.
country. It is an Islamic country. They'll give it a good college try.
Oh, yeah, but imagine the international outcry on that one.
Wait, are you kidding? We haven't even heard anything about this from mainstream media. Like this is BBC, right? That's talking about this. But this
Yeah.
article, I I had to dig for this.
Well, this is
There's
on
no,
mainstream media. It's on BBC.
yeah, but there's no feminine frequency talking about this. There's
Oh
no
yeah.
left wing talking about this. There's no Jacqueline Glenn or any of those women talking about this. As far as I know, we're the only ones talking about this case right now.
Yeah. Jeez.
Like someone that they would consider, well, they probably both consider us both misogynists, but that they'd probably consider us both alt-right too, by the way. So going by impressions from other people, quote, and this is their impression, not saying it's true, but two alt-right misogynists are doing more to talk about a girl who's been victimized in a Islamic country more than the whole of the left wing right now.
Mm.
That's pretty red pilling. That's red, black, depending on what kind of pill you want to take, I suppose. But that me and you, who the left wing would hate, who would call us all sorts of names, alt-right, misogynist, sexist, Islamophobic, and all that sort of stuff. We're doing more to talk about this case than anybody else right now that I've seen.
Mm.
Like,
Yeah, it is pretty
yeah,
sad.
yeah, and this is not the first time. But if we do have time, because I know you have a limited time today, but if we have time, we're going to look at a video that is uh, put out by Kotari. It's on how to discipline your wife, and I'm changing one of those key words because I don't want to get hit by copyright or by community guidelines.
Yeah.
Yeah, how to discipline in quotes. Um, to be honest, it's rather. I showed one of my female friends at work last night, and she was like, "This has to be a parody," and I'm like, "No, this is actually a legit video."
It is.
But yeah, well, we might get to that today, or it might be a separate video. Let's jump into the next story. Because if we keep talking about this, I'm gonna just lose my shit. Great white shark weighing 1,668 pounds spotted off Florida panhandlers, research say. Holy dooly, Jaws is real. I'm just going to say that. Look at the size of this monster.
Oh man, my browser is just killing so many things off of these sites, and there's no picture here of the shark. Uh, can you just copy and paste it? I think you can just right click, copy, paste it to the Discord, and then I'll drag it over.
There you go, done. Sorry.
Live show text or general?
Both.
Okay, I got it.
All I'm thinking is dun 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah. Look at this! Oh my god, that thing is crazy.
Look at the mouth of this thing. I could fit in his mouth.
Oh yeah, I think my car would fit in there.
But there's actually a video clip of him, and I'm scared to hit the play button. I'm still doing it, mind you. But, like this thing is absolute monster. But anyway, let's jump into the article. So waiting for it now because I clicked play on the video clip and my internet. It's like, do you really want to play this great big shark? So yeah. So the 1,688-pound female great white shark called Miss Costa was spotted this week swimming in the Gulf of Mexico off Florida Panhandle, according to researchers. A transmitter on the sub-adult shark pinged south of Panmara, Florida, according to the Oceana. An international great white shark research organization. A ping occurs when a tagged shark's dorsal fin breaks the surface of the water, transmitting a signal to the satellite. The organization told the Pensacola News Journal. While it isn't unusual for a great white shark to swim close to the Gulf of Mexico, Miss Costa's cruise through the Florida Panhandle is significant because a ping from a large female that far north into the Gulf is rare. The organization hopes that tracking Miss Costa and other great white sharks will help understand the movement patterns of the great white shark. So, yeah, that's happened. She is 12 foot 6 inches when she was tagged by researchers on the September the 23rd, 2016. So she's probably grown since then. It says it could be between 14 to 15 feet today. That's length.
Yeah.
That's 3.3 feet to a meter, right? If I know anything from my boating days. So she's over 5 meters, up to 5 meters, 4.5, 5 meters long. She's bigger than my car.
Yeah, I don't think it would fit in my living room. Whether that's a reflection on how big the shark is or how small my house is, who knows?
I wouldn't want her in my living room.
Yeah. It might be able to shimmy over and take a bite out of me.
Yeah, I was gonna say, look, I would be like, yeah, I'm getting out of the water.
Yeah.
Next article is illegal immigrant arrested after abducting, raping New Jersey teen, cops. So, local police can't be trusted. An Aussie girl raped and beaten while unconscious. Spent 8 months in prison for reporting. In words, adultery. Don't know how you can read. Is that?
Juan
Oh,
Carlos? That's his name, Juan Carlos?
yeah. Can you guess where he might be from?
Yeah, but like, I watched a video the other day. It was a prank call thing, where this guy is making videos about pretending to call in sick in places they don't work at. And it
Hmm.
turns out that he used a name called Juan Carlos, and it turned out there actually was a guy living there. And I
Okay.
wouldn't mind, like, it'd be hilarious if it's the same. I think it was, in fact, New Jersey. I wonder if, like,
Mm,
the, apparently they got this guy fired. Um, because they were pretending to do these calls, and a random name
mm.
turned out to actually be an actual real person. And
Oh, okay.
then they called back like a month later, and they found out that he didn't work there anymore. And if like,
Okay.
imagine the breadcrumbs of turn of events that leads from this guy being fired by a prank call to killing somebody or sexually
Well,
assaulting someone.
at the end of the day, I think Juan Carlos is a fairly common name, so it might be someone with the same name, but it would be
Yeah,
kind of weird if it was the same guy. Yeah.
yeah,
Who
just
knows? Maybe he was
yeah.
out raping his 15-year-old girl, and or maybe he was in lockup at that stage. An illegal immigrant from Mexico got pulled over this week in Ohio with a 15-year-old girl who turned out to be a child sex slave from New Jersey, according to cops. Sex. Sorry, I had a bit of a sauce right there. Juan Carlos Mozreda Pazre, I'm getting that name wrong, 33, is accused of abducting a teen in the Peterson, New Jersey, and sexually assaulting her. He was on his way to Chicago when the state trooper stopped him Tuesday on the Ohio Turnpike for failure to move over violations, cops said. Frigging lucky for her. Well, not really lucky for her because, but lucky that they pulled him over when they did. God knows what he could have got away with or what he would have done.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, mate, I love those movies. I Spit on Your Grave and I Spit on Your
Mm.
Grave too. It's just wonderful, like, to see that what happens. Grisly movie
Uh,
too,
during
though.
the stop, OSHP says the officer noticed a young female riding with an older male. Tweeted at the Ohio State Highway Patrol. So he
Wait,
was actually in the car with her.
what is okay? There's nothing particularly wrong with a young female riding with an older male. I mean, there is
Right.
such a thing as fathers and daughters. Just putting that
Right.
out there.
Yeah.
Fox
Yeah.
News.
Yeah. But at the end of the day, do you think that there might have been a little bit of a difference in pigmentation between Juan Carlos and maybe the 15-year-old girl?
Yes, of course.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Like he was literally on his way to Chicago with her. He
Oh
was
man.
taking her out of state. He was going to kidnap her.
Yeah, that's it.
Like this is kind of lucky that this guy is pulled over and they're like, this is a little weird. You're in a car with a 15-year-old girl. You know,
Mm.
it's kind of a good thing the cops did have a bit of suspicion about it because, yeah, makes you wonder what would have gone on if they hadn't have. Like, shit, man, he could be molesting her in Chicago for all we know. So, and from New Jersey too. And I don't know what the distance is from New Jersey to Chicago, but I'm presuming she would never have been seen again.
Mm.
Uh,
Just find it interesting that there's like another one right here, from the 4th of April. Illegal immigrant arrested accused of more than 100 child sex crimes. Jeez.
hmm.
I mean, am I just going to have like an unlimited thing of links? I would expect so, because this is constant. This sort of thing. They
Okay.
really need to build the wall.
Yeah, they do. So distance from New Jersey to Chicago. Distance from New Jersey to Chicago is 1,132 kilometers. This is as the crow flies, right? So this is not
Yeah.
following roads. This is just over an airplane.
Yeah.
So it would take 1.5 hours to arrive, flying at 703 miles. So like he was taking her on a decent road trip. Like driving time from New Jersey to Chicago is 12 hours. There's no way her parents would have seen her again. She was 12. She was going to be 12 hours away. Like,
Yeah. If you because of the distance involved, but like remember too, America's covered in cameras. Um, they may have been able to track the vehicle and still possibly found her, but it
maybe.
is it is very very fortunate that they caught this so early on and they
Yeah.
got the kid back. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's not just that, but at the end of the day, also, it's like, like, dude, what was he going to do to her on the way? Or what was he going to do to her between now and then? He's already apparently molested her. Like, this girl is very lucky.
Mm. And she was listed as missing. Yeah.
Yeah. For last, we won't have time to do that video, do we? Philosopher professor arrested after entering St. Patrick's Cathedral with gas and lighter. A New Jersey man arrested after entering St. Patrick's Cathedral carrying cans of gas and a lighter fluid has been identified as a philosopher professor Mark Lampello, according to a report. The suspect arrived Wednesday night in a minivan outside the landmark cathedral on Fifth Element in Midtown Manhattan, walked around the area and returned to his vehicle at 7:55 p.m. Eastern Standard Time and retrieved a gasoline, lighter fluid, and butane lighters, said NYPD. Like, this guy was going to burn the place to the ground.
Yeah.
I missed part of this. Someone fill me in. Oh yeah. As for the girl, yeah. Some guy kidnapped a girl and was going to take her from New Jersey to Chicago, and he was pulled over by state troopers on the way out of New Jersey, because he failed to move over for a police car or something like that. So they pulled him over and found the 15-year-old girl in the car. So yeah. But as for this, like, this guy was going to burn this place to the ground. And this kind of does make you wonder, Notre Dame Cathedral. What actually happened?
Yeah. You know what? I'm gonna put it in. I reckon bet $50 that
Hmm.
it was arson. And even if they come out and say it wasn't, I'm gonna be like, nah, I don't think so. Unless the it's actually the firefighters themselves who actually say that it wasn't arson. Because if it just
Independent
comes
inquiry.
independent inquiry, yeah,
Hmm.
yeah.
Did that answer the question you had, Amy? Were you asking about the girl? Is that what you were asking about? Let us know in chat. But yeah, look, at the end of the day, I would say Notre Dame is definitely suspicious. But as for this, this is definitely arson. This guy was going to burn this place to the ground, and he's a philosophy professor. Like, this guy is teaching kids, and he's apparently going to burn St. Patrick's Cathedral to the ground.
Yeah, just a little bit weird, crazy.
How do you live with these people?
Uh, well, you kind of don't.
Like, do you think there's any hope of this guy being put into society and being normal?
Mm, no, no.
Yeah. Um, Amy's in chat, and she's asking about
Yeah, I think she's in
Um,
trouble with trying to understand what's going on.
yeah. What story, Amy, are you talking about? Which story were you trying to get filled in on? Let me know in chat, and I'll reiterate it for you. Yeah, we don't know what story you're talking about. Are you talking about the girl that was kidnapped, or are you talking about the professor who tried to burn the cathedral? Let us know in chat, and yeah, we'll go from there. Um, but yeah, apart from that, like I say, yeah, look, this is a professor who's going through and supposedly burning one of the great cathedrals of Saint Paul's Cathedral to the ground. Like, yeah, yeah, just let us know which story, and we can iterate it for you. Um, but yeah, St. Patrick's Cathedral was built in 1878.
Uh,
Like,
this makes no sense here. He continued, it's hard to say exactly what his intentions were, but I think the totality of circumstance of an individual walking into an iconic location like St. Patrick's Cathedral carrying over 4 gallons of gasoline, 2 bottles of lighter fluid, and a lighter is something that we would have great concern over. His story is not consistent. It's hard to say exactly what his intentions were. Okay.
are you serious? I can guess what his intentions were. My intentions is he was not looking for someone to fill up his car full of gas.
Oh, I know what he was doing. If they had just let him walk in with all that, put it down, and go back to his car, he would have brought out the barbecue with him. That's what it was. There was a barbecue in the car, and they didn't know.
Well, I tell you what, I'm having a sneaking suspicion that there might have been a barbecue, but I don't think he was going to cook meat. I think he was going to cook the church.
Yeah, yeah.
I think I've answered Amy's question. She said thank you in chat, so I'm guessing it was that.
All right.
But look, at the end of the day, yeah, there's a bit of a delay in chat, guys, so it's obviously a little hard sometimes. But yeah, but yeah, yeah. Macron had on-site meeting with officials on the scene for to get their cover story correct because they don't want to admit that it was a bunch of extremists that burnt the church down. My guess. But anyway, but apart from that, you got to go, haven't you?
Yeah, really soon. I'm
Do you
just
want to very
quickly.
quickly touch on this video? Just very quickly.
Sure. Yeah.
All right. So guys, there has been a video that has been uploaded to YouTube, and it's the pillar of YouTube society. By the way, we're going to go through and do a little bit of a trigger warning on this one because it's actually quite full on. But let's go through and let's talk about this. So, where is history? I've got to bring it up out of my history.
Yes. I should be able to find it. I assume under links. I think, or it might have been posted in. Actually, I think it might have been posted in the journal.
Sorry, I got it. Here it is. Yeah, I got it.
Ah, all right.
So
I have desktop audio muted right now. Do you want
yeah,
me to leave it
no,
muted?
probably not. Yeah, leave it muted because it has subtitles on it, and I don't
All
want
right.
them to go through and try and claim copyright.
Yeah, fair enough.
Okay, so this is the lovely video that has been put up. It's a 3-minute video, and it demonstrates correct something or other in Islam. You can tell by the title. Now, this was uploaded on March 29th of the internet. So, just reiterating what he's saying, dear viewers, many people, especially people who are married, would you like to know how to BEAT one's wife? We're not making this up. This is an actual video.
Yeah.
It is getting ratioed to the hell. But let's keep
yeah.
going.
Let me help with that. There we go.
Yeah, I did my part too. So, is BEATING your wife necessary? Must a man BEAT his wife every day? No. Oh well, thank God. Yeah, yeah, okay, cool. No worries. Yeah, so no, obviously, thank God we're not going to go beating our wives every day. Oh, that's great, terrific, isn't it? You know, it's good that we're not going to do it every day. It's just on Sundays, apparently, now. Was the professor from Berkeley? No, he was. I don't know. Actually, they didn't really say, did they? First, we must understand that the man is the leader of the house, which is fine, whatever. Yeah, and has authority just like a company manager. The leader of the house may decide to discipline the wife so life can move on. How does a husband beat his wife? He gives her a disciplinary beating out of love.
God. Just like a little kid.
Yeah, I love the fact that the kid in the background is looking down like he's about to get his ass whooped. He loves her. Now, I'm pretty sure this is not a parody. I am pretty sure this is a real video that has come out. I don't think this is a parody, guys. I I would love to know if it is. I don't think it is. I do like the fact that they've disabled comments. So YouTube, obviously, I presume, knows about this because it's getting ratioed to hell right now. I would like to know who are the 956 people who liked this video. But anyway. Bit her out of love. The BEAT should be light and must make the wife feel her femininity and her husband's masculinity.
Oh, 1 second. The beating should be light and must make the wife feel femininity, husband's masculinity.
Yep. And we're probably going to leave it here. Now let's see how Islam teaches you how to BEAT your wife.
Yep.
What?
Oh,
No.
he's going to
No.
demonstrate? I think we
Yeah.
might not be able to continue playing it.
No, we can't. No, we're going to stop it there.
Uh,
But yeah, no, we're not going to teach you how to beat your wives. Holy shit. Yet again, another question I have. Where are the feminists on this? Where is Anita Sarkeesian? Jacqueline Glenn? Where is the other feminists? Is it the great we can't mention? Have a guess. Have a guess, Amy. Have a guess. Which religion this might be that's encouraging you to beat your wives? Like, holy shit. What? No! No, we don't do this. And I'm wondering where the wife is in this video because he's demonstrating it on the kid, right? What, is the wife still in the back room with an ice pack on her face right now? Where's the wife?
Yeah. You know, the craziest thing here too is the fact that Tommy Robinson has his channel in like a total amount of limited state, and yet, oh, this guy gets to have his this video all good here. No problem here.
Yeah.
I mean,
Why is this guy allowed on YouTube?
yeah, with annotations. Annotations is allowed on this
Well,
video.
I think they've put him on there.
Comments are disabled. I'm not
Yeah.
surprised.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, if I go to this guy's, let's go to this guy's YouTube channel right now, right? Video.
1 second.
Um,
Abusing vulnerable individuals? Absolutely. I think that would be the right one. There we go.
Okay, I can see it on his YouTube channel. Like, it's not in limited state. This video is not limited state.
Yeah, I think that's good. Okay.
Yeah,
All right, let's.
I'm reporting it myself, actually.
You're doing it too. I don't
Um,
think that's gonna do anything though. But anyway,
Harmful or
actually,
dangerous acts, maybe abuse or like child abuse, maybe. I don't know what to put this under. There's like so many different ones it could be.
yeah, there's so much horrible
Content,
things in this.
maybe like content involving mind. No, no, I'm not sexual content. No. So violent or repulsive content. Adults fighting, physical attacks, youth violence, animal abuse. Hateful. Does it promote hatred or violence? Is it abusing vulnerable individuals? Is it a bullying thing? Like this video checks about 10 different boxes, and it's still allowed on the website.
Yeah. It seems to me that memory TV is getting special protection here. That's the
Yeah,
only way I can put
makes
this.
makes you wonder why.
Hmm.
Like, who is this memory TV?
I don't know
Um,
anything about them, no.
Exploring the Middle East and South Asia through their media. Memory bridges the language gap between the West and the Middle East and South Asia, providing timely transitions of Arabic, Farsi, culture and religious trends. Founded in February 1998 to inform the debate over the US policy in the Middle East. Memory is independent, nonpartisan, non-profit. Actually, so guys, don't report this video because it looks like these guys are trying to raise awareness about this situation.
I've already done it.
You've already done it, but anyway. But everybody else don't report them because it looks like that these guys are trying to raise awareness. So it looks like they might be trying to do a good thing. But at the end of the day, like, where are the feminists on this? Where's your Anita Sarkeesian going on about wife beatings? Or why is it yet again that our subscribers are having to hear this from, quote, apparently two alt-right misogynist assholes, so to speak, and not feminist frequency? Like, ah,
Wait a minute. I don't know. This does not sound right to me. They in a negative light through the production and dissemination of incomplete translations and by selectively translating views of extremists while de-emphasizing or ignoring mainstream opinions. I don't know, dude. But that seems a little bit shady.
You
Um,
think they're what, faking it, or?
so this one here goes through number 6. I'll click that. That's Faithy 2010. So there's their citation for that claim. Um, Memory, a tool of enlightenment or incitement? Orientalism and conspiracy, politics and conspiracy theory in the Islamic world. Huh. Okay, let's give that a little clicky. Oriental is this is a book on So this is a book, Orientalism and Conspiracy by Arndt Graf. The relationship between Islam and the West has frequently been subject to misunderstanding and mistrust, and recent events in the international arena have only deepened this perceived divide, culturally and politically. The West often views the Islamic world and the Islamic world, the West, through a prism of mutual suspicion, in which conditions conspiracy theories can flourish on both sides of the cultural fence, but these highly complex and important global phenomena have been the subject of surprisingly little investigation. Hmm, interesting. I don't know, dude. What do you think?
Sounds like they're trying to raise awareness.
It does. It does sound like that. The only problem is that I don't know. If you look at their channel, I don't even really understand what's going on here. Like, one of their reports here from 3 days ago.
Mm.
Jews behind Iraqi NGOs, like they're even doing the alt-right thing.
Mm.
Like Shiite militia threatens terror attack against Israel. It's like, hang on, wait, what? You attack them here, you defend them there. I have no idea. This channel is confusing as hell.
Well, they say they're nonpartisan.
Well, that's actually, yeah, that would make sense, wouldn't it? You would
Mm.
do that here, then do that there if you're nonpartisan. That's true, actually.
Yeah,
I don't know.
yeah,
I still think that video deserved what it got from me anyway.
yeah. Well, yeah.
Yeah.
But like I say, look, at the end of the day, I don't know. If they're trying to raise awareness on this sort of stuff by showing these sort of videos, I kind of support them.
Yeah, it's like an ironic thing. I like
Mm.
ironically make the video.
Mm. Like apparently they have a video on how to sodomize a goat.
What? Is that for real
Apparently,
there?
apparently, Trip saying in chat the video on how to sodomize a goat.
Okay.
We're
I
not
don't
going to
know.
play that video.
No, I don't think I'll search it either. I might just close this tab now.
Okay, so
Yeah.
we can actually. So they've talked about the Australian sheik, right?
Yeah.
Who went on about. So I'm actually going through and using subtitles
Yeah. You
from
are.
from YouTube, and it is pretty much everything that they're saying it is.
Well, we hope. Yeah, we hope it's accurate. Yeah.
Well, it's YouTube doing the translation, not them.
Yeah. That's how it works. Yes, true.
Yeah. So obviously that video we just saw was them putting up the subtitles, right? This one is actually YouTube doing it for us, doing the translation. I know because the translation's in, it's pretty patchy. Like 50 in New Zealand would still be fed for breakfast.
Hmm.
Like, yeah, but you get the gist of what they're saying. So I do believe that look, if I'm wrong about this, I'll do a full retraction. I was kidding. Oh, okay. But like I say, but yeah, at the end of the day, it's apparently someone else has just covered this video as well. Okay, this guy is actually trying to seemingly justify the video. So this is interesting. No, actually, I was gonna say. Yeah, so it seems like he's mocking the video. Wow,
Oh shit! Sorry guys, I left myself muted there for a sec.
that's all right. Boomer.
Yeah, the little one came in and then walked back out, and I forgot to unmute myself there. That was only like 30 seconds ago I did that.
Yeah, yeah. I'm still
Yes.
calling you a boomer because you teased me yesterday about it. But anyway,
Yeah, he seemingly is doing that. Well, I don't know. I'll let you guys read the subtitles there. I might be going a little too quick though.
yeah. So basically, what he said in the video is that the guy in the video is using the Quran to justify beating your wife. Now, apparently, you're not allowed to damage her face or bruise her body. But how many religious sects do you think are going to take notice of that?
Hmm. Okay, he's actually. Whoops. Okay, I mean, I better pause that at this point. Are you still there?
Yeah, I'm still here. Yeah.
All right.
So yeah. But anyway,
Well,
I don't know.
after Well, after a couple hours, as mentioned, now the child is around. So
Yeah.
I think we got
So
ourselves an
we
extra
should,
30 minutes by the looks of it.
yeah, looks like it. We should probably let you go. But look, guys, yeah, as for this video, I find this whole thing disgusting. Obviously, I don't think there is any right way to beat your wife. Um, and welcome to Demonetize, Phil. But like I say, who am I kidding? We'll demonetize before we start talking about the girl being burnt to death. But look, at the end of the day, guys, let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section below. Let me know what your thoughts are on any of the stuff that we've covered. And look, yeah, let me know what your thoughts are on this video. Do you think that this is... My understanding is that this video is legit, that this is not a parody. And I would love to see anybody try and make an argument that it is. But yeah, I don't know, guys. Let me know what your thoughts are in that comment section below. And apart from that, do you have anything to add, man?
No, that's all good. I just thought I'd pause it on a hilarious still frame there, and yeah, thank you very much for watching, everyone. And the next episode will be back from his internet connection,
Yeah.
and we'll see what once and for all if when he gets his upgrade, is it actually going to help? And I don't know. I mean, yeah, it doesn't look like there's a conspiracy of them messing with the channel per se.
No.
At least not
No.
from unless they target specifically his connection, because it's gone
Well,
perfect from mine.
I bounce off different VPNs. There has been a couple of times where the bitrate was a little bit low, but that's just congestion and stuff on the internet for the Australians. So it's a public holiday here.
It is actually. I am having problems with this public holiday thing, but that's just normal.
yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
yeah. The other night I was streaming video gaming, and I had to drop the bitrate so far down that after processing it, my stream wasn't even classified as HD at that point. Like it doesn't have the HD icon. It's like,
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. And
As for that, guys,
yeah,
I
all good.
I will be playing games tonight. I'm going to try and convince Satellite to join me in Star Citizen. Maybe.
Okay. Yeah, we'll see.
Because it's actually open to the PTU when our PU went live last night. So both my accounts now actually work for Star Citizen. So I don't know if you want to jump in and play it for a little bit and stream it on your channel for your gaming
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah. It'd be good for you. Good for views and stuff normally too. But yeah, guys. Apart from that, obviously we'll be back tomorrow on the normal hosting internet connection, shitty connection. And like I say, look, obviously my internet's been upgraded in about a month, so it should be good anyway. Apart from that, guys, thank you everybody who has joined, and thank you everybody who has been in the channel today. You've all been wonderful. You've all been great. I love you guys, and we'll see you tomorrow. Don't beat your wives. Yeah, that's all I'm going to say on that one. Apart from that, see you guys. Have a great night, and we'll see you tomorrow.